Good afternoon, les amis de la France, les amis de l'Alliance française. Je suis heureux aujourd'hui de vous faire une démonstration d'une nouvelle recette, la tarte Nougat Pomme, en anglais Apple and Almond Tart. It's page 258 of our book. But first of all, turn your oven at 330 degrees Fahrenheit in advance. I'm going to show you a picture related to the question I answered earlier about Gaston Lenotre and his catering business and his marketing talent. Here we are in the garden of the Élysée President's Palace for a Bastille Day garden party catered by the Lenotre. And you will see immediately the ambience. All right, let's start with our baking. The equipment you are going to need for the French Tarte Nougat Pomme are baking sheet, 1 baking dish, and sifter, 1 spoon, small offset spatula, brush, pie weight or beans for blind baking, 1 rolling pin, tart ring, 1 paring knife, fork, 1 rubber spatula, 1 whisk, 2 bowls, parchment paper. The ingredients for the Tarte Nougat Pomme: egg white, 70 grams, sugar, granulated sugar, 70 grams too, sliced almonds, 70 grams also. All of that for the almond topping. For the baked apples, to make 1 day ahead of time, 1 kilo 200 grams of firm baking apples, such as Chanticleer, Belle de Boscop, or golden apples, 80 grams of butter to be melted, and 80 grams of vanilla sugar. For the shell, some butter to get the baking ring, and 300 grams of sweet short crust pastry dough, page 41 in the French Pastry Dessert by Lenotre. 1 egg yolk, lightly beaten to glaze the bottom of the dough. For the decoration, use confectioner's sugar for dusting all around. This recipe requires some planning because you have to soak the almond in the egg white and the sugar 3 days in advance. I apologize, this is the recipe. Now let's do it. I'm pouring my egg white in my mixing bowl, my granulated sugar on it, enough for the sugar to melt. Then I'm pouring my sliced almonds, mixing them gently because you don't want to crush the almonds. Those almonds will be on the top of the cake and will turn gold in the oven. So they need to be fragile. When you do your mixing, do it gently. All right, it's enough. I'm going to cover them with a film. And here we are, my mise en place 3 days in a walk-in cooler. Step 2, the apples. They have been peeled, cut in 2, pour the butter. Very easy. Everybody can do it. I melted the butter with microwave, but you can use any technique. Ready for the granulated sugar, gently. It's going to make a syrup. My mold is ready to get into the oven for the apples to be baked at 340 degrees for 30 minutes. My apples have been baking for 30 minutes at 340 Fahrenheit, and this is how they look like. I will check if it's properly cooked, baked. Yes, yes, yes. They are ready. It's baked. Now let's prepare the tart. While my apples have been baking, I prepared a sweet shortcut pastry dough, une pâte sablée sucrée en français. Here it is. It has been refrigerated for half a day or full day in a film, well protected. And I'm going to laminate it. Je vais fleurer ma table. I have two rulers to help me dough sheeting at 3 mm thickness. Turning gently. The dough is still cold, but this way it's not sticking my table. Almost there. The trick is to make it round and not to stick on the table. Perfect. I'm going to butter my rings. Not too much, but enough. And I'm covering with my rolling pin the ring, and then I'm folding the dough inside the ring. My left hand lifts the dough. My right hand is pushing the dough in. We're almost there. Now I'm cutting the dough with a rolling pin. And it's not waste. You can do nice candy with that. Oh, to bake evenly, I will have to cover it with a film and pour beans inside. And the beans will work as a weight to keep the dough inside vertical. Now the fonçage is finished. The tart is ready to go to the oven. And what I like to do is to keep the beans in the film for another time. We are going to bake our tart for 20 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. But now the delicate part is to move it to the baking tray, right at the center. Here we are, to the oven. 20 minutes later, the fond de tarte is baked, or pre-baked. I save that for another day. And I'm going to egg wash with egg yolk the center of my tart. Why do we do that? It's because we want the tart to stay crispy till the end. So when we are going to do the final baking with the apple inside, this little coating at the bottom and on the edge will keep the humidity and protect the dough crispiness. And voila, back to the oven for 5 minutes to glaze the bottom of the tart. still warm. Now I am going to drain, after 3 days, those unfortunate almonds sliced out of my egg white and with their sugar, to remove the excess of sugar and egg white. Filling the tart. I'm going to try to make a dome. Tight, each piece tied to each other. I'm going to try not to leave any space in between. I'm going to cut some pieces to fill the edges. This is delicious dessert. It requires planning and a lot of patience, but the reward is something great. I'm pressing gently into the mold and now coating with the almond sliced. So be generous with it because it's part of the recipe. There will be a crispiness on the top, so it's not just apple you are going to enjoy, but also the crispy almonds. I hope your oven is still on because we are going to glaze the almond until they turn nice gold. I leave the tart in the ring to be safe. Now it's ready to go back to the oven for 20 minutes at 325 degrees again. The last touch, the professional touch. Removing the tart from the ring without breaking anything. Obviously, you wait for the tart to be cold, right? And I put enough butter on my ring so it's not sticking, you see. Here it is. It almost break, but it's okay. The last touch, the decor. Pastry chef. Because we eat first with the ice. So I'm sifting white powder sugar. Not much, but enough. It's just for the decor. Madame est servie. Enjoy the dessert. Sorry for the long mise en place and preparation, but this is the way it is. Our dessert is ready to be served, but a last touch will be to serve it with Calvados or Benedictine brandy from Normandy. Lightly warm, eventually. Or a cup of vanilla ice cream. Does it look like it should? I think we did a good job. Enjoy your dessert.